Hello, my name is Asher and this is Asher Reviews Movies and TV. Today we are going to be looking at my ranking on every DC film I've ever watched. So this is live action and some animated, some Lego DC films as well. And then there's obviously quite a few films I have not seen. Okay, so we're going to start off, we're going to be going 1 to 23 because that's how many films I watched. They've also got the IMDb rating on there. Before we get started, make sure to like, sub, turn the notification bell and check out my other YouTube channel as well as my TikTok, Instagram and letterbox down below. I'm going to be putting a little picture up on the screen of the statistics which actually have increased a bit more, so thank you all for that. Let's go. The first movie, which is my favorite movie, which is my favorite superhero slash DC movie of all time. We've got The Dark Knight with an IMDb rating of 9.1, obviously starring Christian Bale, and Heath Ledger as the Joker in this film. You've also got Morgan Freeman and Michael Caine as well as supporting cast in this film. I also believe is that The Dark Knight Rises? I don't know. But yeah, so that is number 1. For number 2, we've got The Batman. You will see quite a few Batman films because I think I've watched most of the Batman films, to be honest, apart from 2, which is good. Oh no, obviously I haven't watched many of the animated films either. But we've got The Batman with an IMDb rating of 7.8. I believe I rated this at an 8.9, so a lot higher. So I believe I rated this an 8.9 out of 10. Obviously starring Robert Pattinson and Zoe Kravitz, as well as I can't remember his name, but the guy that plays the Penguin, and also the guy that plays the Riddler. Really good show. Really good film, I think. And then there was a really good spin-off, which is the Penguin, which also is really good. We'll go into the DC series. Maybe we'll do another video on that. And number 3, we've got The Suicide Squad, obviously directed by James Gunn, who has been directing a lot, who is going to be directing a lot of more DC films lately, like the new Superman film, but I have not got that on my list because I've not seen that yet, which is sad because I really want to watch it. But so The Suicide Squad, this is got an IMDb rating of 7.2. This stars John Cena as Peacemaker. I think it's Peacemaker. Idris Elba, and also we've got Margot Robbie in there as well. Yeah, we've got Batman 89 then with a IMDb rating of 7.5. I believe I rated this about 8.7 to a 6.3, something within them lines. We've got a lot of different actors in this. I think Michael Caine. No, not Michael Caine. What am I thinking? I'm thinking what's his name? Michael Keaton, and a lot of other good actors in there as well. I think Jack Nicholson as well. But this was a really good film in my opinion. A lot of these films are going to be Batman themed because I do mostly watch Batman films. He's my favourite superhero of all time. We've got the Lego Batman movie with an IMDb rating of 7.3, so this is quite high up for a Lego movie in my opinion, but this was honestly a really good Batman movie and a really good comedy as well in the Lego universe. I can't remember who voices any of the actors, but really, really good film. At number 6, we've got The Watchmen, with an IMDb rating of 7.6, starring Matthew Goody, Bill Crudup, and Jackie Earle Haley, as well as Patrick Wilson and Jeffrey Dean Morgan. So a lot of prominent actors nowadays in that film as well. Really good film, I thought it was. Definitely a darker side on the DC universe, but really good. I especially like Dr. Manhattan and Owlman, I believe his name was, but really good film as well. That has a rating of an 7.6 on IMDb. At number 7, we've got another Batman film with Batman Begins with an IMDb rating of 8.2. Starring Christian Bale, Michael Caine, Liam Neeson, Katie Holmes, Gary Oldman, and Morgan Freeman. Sorry about the noise, guys. It's my brother being annoying. But again, I really did enjoy this film with Christian Bale. Really good actor and really good film altogether with a rating of 8.2 on IMDb. Again, The Dark Knight Rises, I've got at number 8, starring obviously Christian Bale, Michael Caine, Anne Hathaway is actually a new addition to this film, and also Tom Hardy as well as Bane, who I think Bane is one of my favourite Batman villains, so that's why I enjoyed the film so much. It was a really good film, and I can't believe that it gets a lot of hate, to be honest. It really was a good film. With 8.4 on IMDb. And then number 9, we've got Man of Steel with a rating of 7.1, obviously starring Henry Cavill and Amy, I can't remember her name now, but Amy something. A lot of other good actors in there as well. Obviously was the start of the DC universe, and it was, again, was a really decent film. I've reviewed it on the channel. I believe I gave it like a 5.6, something like that. I can't remember what I give it, but I'm not the biggest fan of Superman, to be honest, but I did enjoy this film. Next, we've got number 10 with this Superman Returns, with a rating of 6.1 at the IMDb, starring Brandon Routh as Superman. Really, it was just an okay film, nothing too special about it, but it was still decently funny and, you know, action-packed film. So from here now is films that have not as, you know, not as good, but I still have, you know, there are still parts in it that I actually liked. Next we, what did I do that? Next we've got Shazam. Can't remember his name, to be honest, but it was a really good film. Well, it wasn't a really good film. It was a really good comedy / action film. Shazam was probably a good part of the DC universe, but to be honest, they didn't really bring him into the DC universe, so it was a bit dumb. He did have cameos from like Wonder Woman and stuff as well, which wasn't too bad. But yeah, with a IMDb rating of 7.0. Next, we've got the spin-off of this show. Well, not the spin-off, but then the sequel to the show, which is Shazam! Fury of the Gods. You see them all having the power of Shazam. Again, it wasn't the best film ever, but I've definitely seen worse films than this. I do have more higher ratings on this film than other people, because I know a lot of people do not like it that much at all, with an IMDb rating of 5.9. But I did still thought that it was a decent film, not a bad film, but all the comedy in the film was a bit dried out compared to the last film. Okay, so for this, the next one we've got Batman, the movie DC Superheroes Unite, with an IMDb rating of 6.4. Again, good. It was a funny movie. It's a Lego movie, so you can't really say it's got too much action in it, but again, a pretty good movie. Lego Justice League versus Bizarro League, again with the same thing with the last one. A good movie, funny movie, not too much action, more of a comedy. So it's a Lego movie, so you can't really say much. And then we've got Aquaman starring Jason Momoa and Amber Heard. We've got with a rating of 6.8 out of 10. You know, it's not an amazing film. I did a review it on the channel. I didn't give it too high of a rating. I thought it was quite boring, to be honest. Not really the funniest film I've ever watched, but it was still a decent, okay film. I didn't think it was as funny as I thought it would be. Actually, I haven't watched the sequel to this, but I will watch it at some point when I don't know if it's on a streaming service at the moment. Right, oh come on. Next on the list we've got Jonah Hex, which I did think was actually quite a good film, with an IMDb rating of 4.7, which is way too low for this film in my opinion. Obviously starring Josh Brolin, John Malkovich and Megan Fox. Yeah, I thought this film was actually pretty good. Good action in it, a good storyline as well. Yeah. Next we've got Wonder Woman. I didn't really enjoy either of these films, to be honest. With a rating of 7.3 out of 10. I didn't think it deserved a 7.3 out of 10, to be honest. Obviously starring Gal Gadot and Chris Pine in this film. It was a decent film. Not the best, not the worst. Just okay. Wonder Woman, 1984, again, with Gal Gadot and Chris Pine, with an IMDb rating of 5.9, so you can tell that people did not enjoy this one as much as they did. Obviously came out in 2020, on Christmas, apparently. Yeah, it just wasn't as good as I thought it would be. Green Lantern, then, you know, starring Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively. Where have we got there? Not too bad of a film. Wasn't obnoxiously bad. It just wasn't good. The CGI is what made the film bad, and as well as some of the acting. Next we've got the Suicide Squad, which is the original one made in 2016. Sam Will Smith, Jared Leto, Margot Robbie, Viola Davis. It was okay, just pretty boring with a IMDb rating of 5.9. You know, it just couldn't expect any better, to be honest, from this. The villain wasn't even that good, to be honest, but, you know. What have we got next? The Flash, can't even remember his name, to be honest. I know Michael Keaton stars in this as well. Yeah, it was an okay film. I don't think it deserves 6.6 from IMDb, to be honest. I think it deserves to be somewhere in the 4s, maybe even the 3s. Just kind of boring, bad CGI, and bad storyline overall. And then we've got Batman vs Superman: Dawn of Justice. So obviously starring Ben Affleck as Batman, Superman as Henry Cavill, and Wonder Woman as Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman. Yeah, it just wasn't that good of a film. I don't remember much about it because I watched it about 3 years ago, maybe even longer, to be honest. I can't remember when it came out, but it was not good at all, and I thought that it was kind of boring. And then we've got Batman and Robin, starring Arnold Schwartz, George Clooney, Chris O'Donnell, Uma Thurman, and Alicia Silverstone. It was boring. It was just not a good film, to be honest, with an IMDb rating of 3.8, which is the worst rating we've got on the list so far. If you do like these videos, make sure you like and subscribe so I know that you guys do like the videos, and I'll make more of them. I'm thinking of doing a Marvel one, and then probably something to do with series, Marvel and DC series that I've watched. If you guys do enjoy, make sure to like and subscribe below. Thank you all for watching. Bye bye.